Hi, my name is Mary Yeager. I'm running for Norwood City Council at large. I'm calling this my reintroduction into Norwood City politics. In 2013 and 2017, I ran for Norwood City Treasurer. First of all, I'd like to thank for both of those elections, the votes that I got. I appreciated the support in both of those. So I'm coming back after a break from taking care of my children, and I'm going to start with a little story, because hopefully that will stick with you. So back in 1990, there was a luxury tax that was imposed, federal luxury tax, and it was touted as, oh, this is going to bring in tens of millions of dollars in income. But is that what actually happened? So this is about 30 years ago, so I'm going to give you a little summary of what happened. Instead of gaining federal income, 25,000 workers lost their jobs building yachts. 75,000 more were lost in companies that supplied yacht parts and materials. 100,000 people lost their jobs. The government basically had a total of 24.2 million in unemployed benefits and lost income tax revenues. This income generating tax idea actually cost the government 7.6 million. But that's just what cost the government, not those families who couldn't support who couldn't pay their bills. That economic damage has not been recorded. I bring this story to you in mind is because I think one of the reasons I'm coming back into Norwood politics a little bit earlier than I expected was I'm seeing things proposed where there are the unintended consequences, like the story I've just mentioned, are not being taken into consideration. A couple of those are the proposed street levy and housing, more rental housing. I've been accumulating and learning a little bit more information about some of these proposals, and I'm not seeing the kind of vetting that I think needs to be done, and I'm looking at unintended consequences. So I can't predict what is going to be coming up on Norwood City Council and what I'd be voting on, but I can tell you my background, and then you can decide as a voter if that background is a match for what Norwood needs right now. I have spent 20 years as a certified public accountant, 10 years as a certified fraud examiner and certified internal auditor. Over the course of my 20 years as an auditor and accountant, small business owner myself, I've audited companies, I've audited government entities. One of the largest has been the city of Dayton and Montgomery County, Ohio. I learned a lot about government auditing and how to manage government funds while I was in that role, and those are the type of audits that I did. I've advised businesses and helped them recover from fraud. I've helped them advise them and redesign their accounting systems. That includes not only small business owners, but nonprofits as well. They also need help managing their finances. All that knowledge, 20 years of financial knowledge, I believe, puts me in a position where I can offer unique background and professional insight into managing the city's finances. Which leads me into, as I was reviewing the history of Norwood, we are still in fiscal emergency. That started 7 years ago. And prior to that, we were in fiscal watch for 12 years. So about 20 years of having our finances not be in good shape. To me, that's a priority that needs to be addressed. I take that part very seriously, and I think we need to get our financial house in order before we look into other things. Now, I focused on my professional background because I think that's what I bring most to Norwood City Council, if elected. But I also am the mother of 5 children. We moved here in 2007. My youngest was born here in Ohio, and then my oldest. So I've raised 5 children here. My oldest is now almost 21. So to balance the financial management aspect that I would bring, I've also can bring being a mother and raising a family in Norwood and the importance and the things that go into that. Parks, community events, various things that are important to families and having good neighborhoods. So I hope you consider those skill set, the 20 years that I can bring and offer you as a council at large if elected. I'm happy to answer any questions. Feel reach out to my campaign. My email is voteyeager@gmail.com. I appreciate your time and listening to my story. Thank you.